Hi everyone, my name is Carola Lima and I'm one of the technicians at Sorali Cosmetics, and I'm here today with you to talk about Filmo Therapy. Today I'd like to present to you more details and information about Filmo Therapy and how to use that product properly. So Filmo Therapy is our hair straightening product with a new technology that was developed from Sorali Cosmetics. It has a gel base. It means that it contains more oils on its composition and also more ingredients that is liquid. So it will provide a very different hair straightening, and the technology that we provide you on that product is our own technology patented by Sorali called Chromo Compact. That technology will provide you a hair straightening from inside to out at the hair fiber, and at Filmo Therapy you can find the blue and violet pigments that will provide you 100% hair straightening in any hair types like blonde and ginger hairs or also color red hairs of any. And you have at the end of the process a neutralization of the orange and yellow colors that usually we have when we are doing the hair straightening with acid products, because this is normal, this is a regular thing that happens when we use acid and the hair temperature of the heat. We can have this combined and then it will provide you an orange or yellow color because it will change the color of the hair. So by using a product that contains already the blue and violet pigments, you provide that neutralization of the color to your clients. With Filmo Therapy, we can also provide you 100% hair straightening, same as the other hair straightening that we have at Sorali, because of the acids and amino acids that we have in our composition, and it has also a very low pH that is 1.5, so you can provide you an 100% hair straightening in all hair types at the very first application. With Filmo Therapy, you can find also the lotus flower extract as an oil that will provide more nourishment for the hair fiber. Now, I'd like to explain you more details and information about the hair types that can be used with Filmo Therapy. Well, we say that you can use in all hair types, correct? But usually we indicate it for healthy hairs and hairs that can handle a hair straightening. So you can feel it when you see your client's hair. So Filmo Therapy usually we indicate it for virgin hairs or also hairs that does color but it is a healthy hair. So, for example, a hair like mine that is bleached, but I take care of it so I can use Filmo Therapy at my hair. But if you are working with a client that is a very blonde hair or even a dark hair, but the client does not care a lot, they use not professional products, they do not care about the hair and the hair is damaged, is sticky, is frizzy or is a very dry hair, we do not indicate to use the Filmo Therapy, and I'm going to explain you why. Why we do not indicate for those hairs to use Filmo Therapy. Filmo Therapy is a liquid product with a gel base, so it does not contain a lot of butters on its composition, same as Silver Therapy and Therapy that you know already. So Filmo Therapy has a gel base, so it is more easily to work. If you already test the product, you know the difference from working with Therapy, that is a cream-based product, and then use Filmo Therapy, that is a gel-based product. So even more faster to work with Filmo Therapy, but because the product does not contain nourishment from butters, so it will not provide like a bio-restore on the hair fiber as Filmo Therapy does. So because of that, for those hairs who is already damaged and sticky and frizzy, dry, we indicate you to use a product that will do a restoration of the hair fiber, that is Silver Therapy and Therapy, that will provide more nourishment but also that bio restore. And for Filmo Therapy, we indicate you to use in a hair that is already healthy and not too damaged, because at the end of the process you are going to have an amazing and straightened hair but also healthy. If you do a Filmo Therapy in a hair that isn't healthy, at the end of the process that hair will keep with the same aspect. It means that it will be 100% straight, but like frizzy and sticky as it was before, okay? So we indicate to you to use Filmo Therapy on those hairs so you can have an amazing result at the end of the process. If you prefer to work with one product only, like Filmo Therapy for example, so then we indicate you to do the hair straightening, but then at the lavatory when you're going to wash the client's hair, you can do like a hydration treatment or a nourishment treatment like our Dust of Stick line, for example, to provide nourishment, to provide water and hydration to the hair fiber, okay? So then you can provide to your client 2 treatments at the same day and provide her an 100% straightened hair, but also treated. This isn't a difficult thing, but I know that usually we only want to do 1 treatment, not 2 or 3 or even more. So just indication for you to use in healthy hair to not have those kinds of treatments that you have to do at the end of the process, okay? It's just a tip. Now I would like to show you how to apply the product properly. So as you can see, I divide the hair in 3 parts and start from the back. As you can see, I apply always respecting a ½ centimeter from the scalp to protect the scalp. And this is a very important thing because the scalp has a very different pH from the hair fiber. So if you apply the product on the hair scalp, or if the client has a sensible scalp, probably they can feel like a rubbery or something after the process. So to not have any issue with your client, we always indicate to you to respect that ½ centimeter when you are going to apply a hair straightening product, okay? Even more for Sorali cosmetics products because we have a very low pH in our product. So keep going with the application and then leave it for 45 to 6 minutes. It will depend the hair fiber. The hair fiber that we are going to work today here, as you can see, it is a very strong hair. It isn't too curly or afro hair, but it is a Caucasian hair who has a very different, it's a little bit heavy and difficult for the product to penetrate because the hair cuticles of her is very closed. So we are going to apply the product and leave it 1 hour at her hair, okay? So regarding the pause time, I indicate you to check the hair fiber and then understand what the hair needs. So if it is a colored hair or blonde hair, that usually it is a sensible hair, we can leave it for 40 to 45 minutes, something like that, with the product acting, okay? And then we can start the other process from the straightening process. Now, if you are working with afro hairs or a very curly hair, or also a Caucasian hair that is a little bit different because the cuticles is very close, then I indicate you to leave it 1 hour, okay? Then you can, after that time, you start the other steps that I'm going to show you now for the hair straightening. But I have a tip for you. As you know, Filmo Therapy is a gel-based product, so as it is a gel-based, during the pause time, the product will dry on the hair fiber because it will be absorbed by the hair fiber. Remember that the product active from inside to out, okay? So to not happen that, because if that happen at the end of the pause time, when you're going to dry, the hair will be very sticky, so it will be difficult for us to dry it 100% and then do the ironing because the hair will be very difficult. Think like a gel that is dry on the hair, like male gel, for example, that it leaves the hair like sticky and difficult to manage, right? So it's the same with the product. So if you do not leave the product with something that will provide the nourishment for the pause time, probably at the end of the process you are going to have a sticky hair and dry it because of the gel, okay? So here I have some tips for you. You can manage to not have it, or if you get it, you have details and information to how to manage. So the first tip that I have to you about it is to use a shower cap during the pause time. That cap that is like the plastic bag that you usually have in our salon. So you apply the product on the client's hair, leave it for 1 hour with the shower cap, okay? That cap of plastic, that is no problem at all. So after 1 hour, the hair keeps nourished and also moisture because the gel product does not have contact with oxygen. So it doesn't dry because of it. Now, if you do not use the shower cap, what can happen? You can have a hair that is sticky and difficult to manage with the iron, to manage with the blow dry. So then what I can indicate to you is, after the pause time, for example here that we leave it for 1 hour, if you had a hair that is sticky and very difficult to manage with the iron and brush, we indicate you to reapply the product on the hair fiber just a little bit and then dry immediately. You do not have to leave it for 1 hour again. It's just for the hair cuticles to be manageable, and then you can dry it easily. The other tip that we have is to use the Celaplex. A few years ago, we usually sell Filmo Therapy with Celaplex together, mix it, because most of the clients does not know how to manage Filmo Therapy correctly, and then they have a lot of that problem, a lot of that issue that I'm told you right now, because they leave it without the shower cap, and then at the end of the process, they have a sticky hair, a difficult hair to dry, and everything that I told you before. So then we sell Celaplex because they can manage the Celaplex on the hair fiber, so they can spray it as I'm showing you now, and then it will be easier for us to blow dry and do the brushing before do the ironing. Okay, so the hair fiber will be more manageable again. So we're providing you 3 tips now to have an amazing result during the pause times. You have the shower cap that you can use, that I believe that is more easily for us, right? But if you do not have it, if you do not want to work like that, you can leave it as regular you are doing, and then at the end of the pause time, if you feel that the hair is dry and sticky, you can reapply the product or use Celaplex to do the managing of the hair fiber. So now, following the steps with Filmo Therapy, we have the dry part. Then we are going to blow dry the hair by using a square brush. So as you can see, I'm using the medium temperature from our dry and providing 100% dryness of the hair before doing the iron. So now let's talk about the iron temperature. That is a very important thing by using Filmo Therapy. We have to check the hair fiber before we starting the iron. Of course, this is for all hair straightenings that you are going to work, but with Filmo Therapy it is extremely important because Filmo Therapy is a gel base, as you know already. So if the hair fiber is already damaged hair, it is colored hair or blonde hair, so it means that the hair is more sensible and fragile. We indicate you to start a low heat and then going up until you can see that the hair fiber can handle the temperature and also it isn't oxidating the hair color. Okay, so for example, on that hair that you are working here today is a Caucasian hair, so we have to work with a very good heat. So usually you are going to start like 4010 or 47.5, something like that. We are using the Lisa Extreme iron. So on that hair, usually we are going to start with 410 and then see if it's changing the color, because that client does color on her hair. Usually she uses a medium brown on her hair because she has gray hair, so she doesn't like it, and then she color at home. So now we are going to check with the iron if the hair is about to change the hair color or not. If it doesn't change, we are going to up a little bit and see if the hair fiber handle. If the hair fiber does not handle like that, like right now we can see it, then we can go a little bit from the 410 and then keep going with the hair straightening. Okay, this is important for you, for your client, because you can provide at the end of the process an 100% hair straightening, but also without changing of the color. So at the end of the process, you do not have to do color or do any other treatment because you oxidated the color during the hair straightening. Only, of course, if you are working with a very difficult hair that needs a lot of heat, because we know that there is some hair that needs a lot of heat. So the client must choose if they want an 100% hair straightening and then do the color after, or if they want just like a Botox effect and then has the same color. So you can just inform that for your client and talk to them. I'm sure that they will understand. Another tip that I have to you is for processed hair. I mean, for example, hairs who already has a straightening process from other products, like our model hair, for example. As you can see, it is from the middle to the lens is a processed hair, it's sticky and straightened already, and from the middle to the roots it is a virgin hair with curly, it is a little bit Caucasian with waves, so that is her natural hair. So sometimes we have that kind of client in our salon and we have to know how to manage that kind of hair. So for example, here we are going to apply the product in all hair fiber, but during the ironing time, we do not indicate you to pass the iron in all hair fiber. So as you can see on her hair, we are going to do from the roots to the middle, that is the part who needs hair straightening and 100% hair straightening. And from the middle to the length, we are going to provide only a sealing effect. So on her hair, we are going to work from 10 to 12 ironing pass. So usually the last ones, we are going to pass on the entire hair fiber, okay? So from the roots to the length until the end of the hair fiber to provide a sealing effect. But the part that needs 100% straightening is from the roots to the middle, so on that part we are going to pass more times, okay? So usually we indicate like 3 to 5 times maximum. It depends the iron temperature that you are working, that we indicate for the hair that is already processed and also straightened and sticky, that usually is a straightening hair. Also, another tip that we can provide is to use 2 kinds of temperature, but for you to not changing the temperature all the time, like from the roots to the middle one temperature and then you lower it and apply from the middle to the length other temperature. It's better if you use that tip that I told you before, that is doing the roots like 10 times or 80 times, only the roots to the middle, and then the 5 last ones you apply the entire hair fiber. Now I would like to talk to you about the hair strands. What is the perfect size that we have to get from the hair strands to provide an amazing and 100% hair straightened? Usually here with Sorali, as you can see, we indicate a very transparent hair strand. So you have to see your hand at the other side, or you can use like us, we are using here our brush. You can see from the both sides your hand or the brush or anything that you may using to have it, to know how to manage. Then you can start the ironing part. The hair strand must be very transparent because the iron temperature must be provided in both sides of the hair. If we get a large hair strand, probably you are going to provide the temperature at the top and also at the back, but the middle you will not provide. So the hair will be 100% straight at the top of the hair strand and at the back of the hair strand. But then at the end of the process, you are going to check that at the middle or some parts of the hair is a little bit curly or wavy. So that will provide you that information that you are getting a lot of hair strand during the iron time, because you are knowing for sure that the hair will be 100% straight and the client will not complain with you that the hair doesn't get 100% straight in some parts only. Well, after doing all the steps with Filmo Therapy, now is the time to wash the client hair and show her the final result. So now we are going to wash the client hair with shampoo and conditioner. And on that part, if you are working with a damaged hair, I indicate you to use a mask like our instant mask from the Dust of Stick line, for example. That is an instant mask that will provide a very good nourishment in 5 minutes only. And then you provide to your client a straightened but also treated hair. So now we are going to wash the client hair by using a neutral shampoo. It isn't an anti-residual shampoo, okay? Then we are going to wash 2 times to take all the product, the acid, and also the pigments. That is very important. And then we are going to condition the hair or using a mask. Manage as you prefer. So now is the time that we are going to dry the hair and show to our client that it is 100% straight, shiny hair and also treated. This is the result that we want that you have at your salon. Well, now I would like to share with you more information and detail about Filmo Therapy. I know that is a lot of information, right? But then now you have all the details and you have all the answers. So let's talk about the use of Filmo Therapy or any other hair straightening in pregnant women or breastfeeding, or also in children. So here in Brazil we have Anvisa, that is like our Ministry of Health, that provides to us the certification of our products, that is safe to use in all hair types. But Anvisa does not allow us to do tests on pregnant women or also breastfeeding or children. So on that kind of clients, we indicate you to provide them the product formula, so you can take the photo from the back of the product and provide to them. Then they can talk to their doctor and check with them if they can use the product or not. Because we know that when we are pregnant, we feel a lot of things and smell a lot of things. So if you do the hair straightening or the client, and maybe at the end of the process, the another day, she's feeling like nausea or vomiting or something like that, probably she will say that the product does give that to her. Then you have that background from the doctor to provide to your client that it isn't from the product, okay? The product does not harm her or her baby or the children, for example, because the product does not have bad chemicals inside. But we know that usually after we do a hair straightening process, a Botox process or a keratin process, usually on the next day or even the same day, if the client is feeling something different on her body, probably she will say that was from the straightening product. So just a tip for you to know that it's better if you indicate to your client if it is a pregnant woman or breastfeeding woman or even a children, to get the doctor approved. And then the second tip that I have for you is to do hair straightening, any kind of hair straightening, in clients that has scalp disease. So I mean like psoriasis, dandruff, oiliness, or the hair is falling for some reason. I do not indicate to you to do on the hair if you do not have the doctor approved or something, okay? And if you do it, always respect the half to 1 centimeter from the hair scalp if the client has, for example, psoriasis or even dandruff, okay? Because it is a very oiliness hair. It has already scalp issues. So if you provide a very low pH in the scalp, probably the scalp will provide more oiliness and also more issues to the scalp of the client because it is already a sensible scalp. Those kinds of issues will indicate you to use the Argilo Detox line from our line, from Sorali Cosmetics, to provide a clean scalp and also a treatment with the fluid control. And then after 1 month, 2 months, by using that kit, then you can apply the hair straightening because the hair will be more stronger to have that kind of treatment. Usually the client, after doing a hair straightening, feel that the hair is falling. Why they feel it? Because when we have a curly hair, afro hair, a Caucasian hair, we have like a wave, right? So when we have this wave, it's very different when the hair is 100% straight. When you just pass your hand on the hair, you move the hair, probably you can feel that some hair is falling, but that's the regular fall. But when you do the hair straightening, when your hair previously was curly, afro or Caucasian, you had a curl. So when you have a curl on your hair, usually it's difficult for when you pass your hand on the hair or when you brush it, it's difficult for you to see that the hair is falling, the regular falling I'm saying, because it has curls. So for example, the hair will be on the middle, so it will be held by the hair fiber. When you have an 100% straight hair that doesn't have any curl or anything that will provide the held, you know? So then when we just pass our hand on the hair, it will be with 1 or 2 hair fiber that is falling, but it is the regular falling. So if your client does that question for you, that is, they are feeling that the hair is falling after the hair straightening, you can explain to them that. Usually we lost around 90 to 100 hair strands per day. So it's the regular falling that the client is feeling, but usually after the hair straightening, they can feel that the hair is falling even more. So actually it isn't true, okay? So you can just tell them and provide them that information that I told you before, because when they had a curly hair, an afro hair, there is waves that will help the hair fiber to not be falling, you know? But when we straighten the hair, it doesn't have any wave, so it doesn't have anything that will hold the hair fiber on the top of the hair. So because of that, we feel that it's falling more, but actually it's the regular falling. Now let's talk about color and bleaching at the same day by doing the hair straightening process. You know that it is possible using Sorali Cosmetics hair straightening products, but we indicate to you to do it. For example, if you do Filmo Therapy, you can do the straightening process first, all the steps, and at the end of the process, wash the hair twice with shampoo, condition the hair, and dry 100%. Then you finish the entire hair straightening process, okay? Then you can start the bleaching or the color treatment. If you are doing at the same day, we indicate you to use a peroxide with maximum of 20 volumens, and if you have to use a peroxide with 30 or 40 volumens, we indicate you to wait 15 days from the day that you did the hair straightening, so that fiber can be recovered 100% and be neutralized after that, and then you can do the bleaching or the color with highest peroxide than 20 volumens at the same day. So our indication for that is because the pH difference that we have at the same day. For example, the hair straightening, as you know, it has a 1.5 pH. It's a very low and acid pH, okay? The regular pH from the hair is 5. So when we have a 5 pH is the neutralized hair. We have a natural and regular hair. Then we apply the hair straightening. It will be from 5 to 1.5, for example. Okay, then we did all the hair straightening. Then we wash the hair, do the condition and everything. The hair becomes again with 5 pH. Then we are going to do the color, and the color or bleaching, you know that it has an alkaline pH, so it will be up, the pH will be an up level than 5. So usually you're going to provide like the 9 or 10 or 12 pH to this hair fiber. At the same day is a very huge difference of pH, so the hair fiber is a little bit sensible during that. So probably at the end of the process of bleaching or color, you do not have unhealthy and beautiful hair. You're going to have an 100% straight hair because our product is managing inside the hair cuticles, but it is a different cuticle that the color and bleaching works. So you do not have at the end of the process of bleaching and color a difference of the hair straightening. The hair will be 100% straight, but you can have a difference from the health of the hair because probably at the end of the process the hair will be so much sensible than usually to be dry or sticky or even like damaged, and then you have to provide to your client a treatment to provide her nourishment and also hydration that she loses when you did the bleaching or color with a highest peroxide, okay? So at the same day, we indicate you to work safely by using a peroxide of 20 volumens maximum. But not to worry, by using our products, you can provide to your client a 100% hair straight, but also a bleaching or a color that you may want to do a highlight or something at the same day, just by using a peroxide of 20 volumens. That's very important to not harm the hair. The last but not least tip, I'd like to talk to you about hair straightening and go to the swimming pool and to the beach at the same day. A lot of clients who ask us about it, and I'm here to talk to you about it. There is no problem at all if your client did the hair straightening and then she wants to go to the swimming pool or to the beach, okay? The salt or the chloride from the pool will not harm the hair straightening. So from the time that we provide the 100% straightening, the hair will not come back. It doesn't come back. The hair fiber will be 100% straight until that the client cuts her hair off. So only the roots that will grow, so the hair that will grow the regular, the virgin hair, and you have to do, of course, the hair straightening on the hair that grows, but the rest of the hair that was already straightened, it doesn't come back. And the chloride of the pool or the salt from the sea will not harm that. So the client can go to the beach, to the swimming pool, or also to the gym, and because sometimes the client thinks that sweat will also change the hair straightening effect, but it will not change, okay? So you can do anything you may want at the same day by using our hair straightening products. So as you can see, by using Sorali Cosmetics products, our Filmo Therapy hair straightening, you can have an amazing straightened hair with shine, with a lot of treatment, and also provide to your client more than one kind of treatment, because the product does not give her an 100% hydrated but also treated, and that is a thing that Sorali take care a lot. So keep watching our next videos and also all of our tutorials and understand more about Sorali Cosmetics and our product as it as well. I'm here to any questions that you may have, and see you on the next video. Bye bye!